Welcome in, my fellow fitness enthusiasts, to today's fitness video. We are gonna do some nutrition today. We're gonna do an unedited, uncut, no outline set raid of my kitchen. So a little scary, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna find, but here's the backstory. So as a personal trainer, I spend a lot of time working with people on their exercise, on their movements, and also their nutrition, right? So a lot of times I would teach information to people and they say, well, what are things you eat? And they like, you look pretty fit, you're pretty lean, so what is it that you eat? And I'd be like, well, I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it, so. But I would always hesitate to tell people like, yeah, this is what my kitchen looks like. But generally speaking, we do eat fairly well. There might be a few things that we're gonna find that may not fit with the others. I don't know. Again, all completely unplanned, unscripted. We're gonna check it out today. I'm gonna give you guys some really cool nutrition advice just based off of some of the stuff that we find, and we're gonna free float a little bit. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and start here in the kitchen. We're gonna take a look at the fridge, the pantry, and again, I don't really know what we're gonna find. We're gonna take a look and see what we got. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the door. Top left here, we've got a couple of blocks of cheese. So cheese is gonna be really good for protein. It's gonna be very good for your some calcium and other things like that. So dairy products. I try to limit these as much as we can. We buy the block cheese. It's a little bit cheaper to get the block cheese, and then we have this really cool cheese grater that we use to shred it, slice it, things like that. Oh, yeah, when we talk about dairy too, there's a couple other things in here. Making sure that when you buy cheese and other dairies, don't get the low-fat stuff. You really want to focus in on whole milk, whole fat, because when they take the fat out of it, they typically replace it with other junk that is more of a filler for taste and it's not nearly as good for your body. So moving along, we've got, what else we got in here? What's this?
It's marinara sauce.
Marinara sauce. Huh. Where'd we get marinara sauce from? Did you buy that?
No.
Oh, well, I had no idea we even had that. Okay, so what else? We've got
Pizza sauce.
Pizza sauce, cool. That might have been in there for a little while. So pizza sauce, very easy to make up. Like you can take toast, spread some of this onto, or like bread, spread it on the bread and put a little mozzarella cheese over top, make a really quick, easy snack. Where was that guy?
Relish.
Relish, okay. Pass on that, no thank you. Oh, mustard, pretty simple, pretty basic, right? But one of the things you want to try to avoid when you're getting mustard and other foods like that, dyes. Okay, so a lot of mustards have yellow dye, yellow paint in them essentially. No bueno for your body. We don't want that, right? Honestly, we'll talk a lot about the organic stuff because there's a lot that my family picks up that's on the organic side, but you want to think about those things. Spending a few extra bucks on a bottle of mustard that doesn't have paint in it, to me sounds like it's a good idea. And let's go next to, let's take a look at what we got down here. What about this? What's that guy?
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce? Oh, okay, so yeah, my daughter's really into the like Asian cuisines lately. Apparently they do a lot of soy sauce, so ramen, like homemade ramen. She is definitely getting into that. We've got jalapenos here, jarred jalapenos. We like doing the fresh jalapenos mostly, but jarred jalapenos can be pretty convenient, easily added to any of your nachos or tacos or anything like that. And again, it's kind of an extra vegetable. You get a lot of vitamin C from peppers like that. Let's see what else we got in here. Two jars of peanut butter? Kids. Let's be real here. Opening up 2 peanut butter jars, that was probably me. So the peanut butter that you want to take a look at, again, getting an organic peanut butter really worth it. There's a lot of pesticides that can be sprayed on the peanuts. Those pesticides end up in your food. If your body digests it, it ends up in your bloodstream, things that you want to try to avoid. So these, like, you can get 2 jars of peanut butter in one package from Sam's Club. Is usually not very expensive. Lots of good protein. And we try to look for the stuff without extra sodium. It's just mashed up peanuts essentially is what you end up with there. One of them's upside down because that helps keep the oil from separating. Let's see what else do we got here. So we have some liquid vitamins. Those are always good to have. Apple cider vinegar, right? Mm-hmm. So the apple cider vinegar is really, really good for several things. This has been kind of a fad lately. Like, a lot of people, they get up in the morning and the first thing they do is eat a spoonful of apple cider vinegar, and they swear by how many calories it helps them burn. Sounds disgusting to me. So I wouldn't recommend it. I don't do it, but some people say it's a really, really beneficial thing. So let's move on to the main part of the fridge here. We've got in here, let's see what else we got. Dog food. So we actually make our own homemade dog food. This was made in the Instant Pot. It's rice and turkey, broccoli, carrots, a few things mixed together. Our dog absolutely loves it, and it's quite a bit healthier than the kibble, which is mostly just animal parts that are ground up and wrapped up in starch and things like that. Truthfully, the dog is pretty spoiled. She'd eat just about anything we give her, and but yeah, we have to serve the princess organic homemade food. So the other thing, here's where we might be getting a little bit naughty with our food. Sour cream. I love sour cream. Again, nothing low fat. We get the whole fat, regular. We try to get our dairy organic as much as we can. That can get a little bit more costly. So, you do the best you can with it. You try to fit it within a budget. So these are just regular sour cream, but again, nothing low fat, nothing low sugar. If it says low sugar, low fat diet, anything like that on it, try to avoid it. And that's not just for dairy, that's for almost anything that you come across. You want to try to avoid that stuff. Now let's see what else we got here. Oh, here we go. Kiwi, okay? I have not yet mastered the art of cutting a kiwi. Apparently it's got a very thin skin that you're supposed to be able to slice off pretty easily. I've tried everything under the sun. They're the most delicious fruit on the face of the planet. Tons of vitamin C, pretty cheap overall. You can get a big container of it like this from a Costco's or a Sam's Club for pretty cheap. But they are a pain in the rear to try to peel. So that's definitely something to work at. Some yogurt. This here, this is something everybody should have. So what I've got here is a package of baby spinach, essentially. It's so cheap. You can get these, again, from whatever convenience store, whether it's a bulk food store or some smaller local convenience store. It's just a container of baby spinach, super cheap. Something like this is gonna cost you $1.50 at most. The greens, the vitamins, the fiber that you get out of this, very, very, very good for you. You can mix these in smoothies. Some future recipes, some future videos that we'll do some smoothie recipes and some other things like that I'm going to show you guys. Very convenient to have something like this around, though. You should be getting in your greens every single day. I know it's pretty basic information. We all know fruits and vegetables are going to be the best thing for you, but that's a really, really easy way to get your fruits and vegetables in. Let's see. Here is leftovers from today. So this is a chicken salad. So it's got organic chicken breast, mustard, mayonnaise. We've got onions and celery and carrots and stuff cut up in there. So very, very tasty. Here's something else. Again, another video that we'll go through. I'll talk to you guys about some of the more convenient appliances and stuff to have around. But these are glass lock containers. Very, very handy. We try to avoid using plastic as much as we can because the plastic can leach into your food. So if you use a lot of plastic for storing of your containers as much as you can. Try to avoid that. You can't always avoid it, obviously. Even like the sour cream and stuff here comes in a plastic container, but we like the reusable glass locks. That works out pretty well. Let's see. Oh, some refried beans. I love nachos. That's one of my favorite. And these refried beans just come in a can. You can just dump them out of the can. We get the organic refried pinto beans, mix in some spices, some chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, mix it up. Put it on a tortilla with a little bit of cheese, some jalapenos, and fry it up. Oh, so good. And let's see, what else do we got here? Here's maybe where we get in trouble again. 5 bricks of cream cheese. You never know. Cream cheese is good for several different things. We cook with it. There's a few recipes that we have that'll go into one of my weaknesses. I eat a little too much dairy in the end, but one of my favorite things to reach for. Let's see, what else do we have here? Dates. These are dried fruits, dried dates. These have the pit in them and lots of vitamin C, lots of nutrients in these. Very, very convenient, a super good snack. Honestly, this is what I reach for dessert after a meal. I'll eat 1 or 2 or 3, maybe more of these. And it's super, super handy to have around. Really helps with a sweet tooth craving. Very delicious for you. Let's see, a couple more things in here. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to forget these. Eggs, okay? Organic eggs, again, not that much more expensive. And the balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in the organic eggs is more of a 1-to-2 ratio. When you start working with conventional eggs, that ratio is thrown off quite a bit, which can make the eggs a little bit more inflammatory in your system. So trying to get organic eggs is going to be really beneficial for you. Let's see what we got. There's our tortillas. Got to make sure we have those. So we eat a lot of Mexican food, and I speak Spanish. I've been told I look a little bit Latino, but even when you add all of those things up, I'm very, very much Irish. So I can't explain to you why we like Mexican food so much. I guess I can't help it. They're just good cooks. All right, and so I think that's about it down here. Fruits and vegetable drawers. All right, guys, this is the stuff that really should be kept in your house. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't afford fresh produce. Honestly, fresh produce is some of the cheapest stuff that you can get. Hi, doggy. We have fresh apples here. These are organic apples. Not very expensive at all, $1.99 a pound. They go a long way, super good, healthy snack. We've got lemons in here, lemons and limes, so really good for making homemade lemonade and things like that. I don't know why the jalapenos are in the fruit drawer, but we got a couple of fresh jalapenos here. Baby carrots, these are organic peeled baby carrots. The dog loves these, and so does the dad. We've got romaine lettuce hearts, all of the stuff that's like just super easy and convenient to work with. And having those types of fruits and vegetables that are easy to grab, very, very good for you. These are the types of things you should keep around for snacks. So that's the refrigerator. Let's see what we got in the freezer. Next one, a little bit there. Chocolate chips. We only bake with these, I promise. Yeah, we don't just bake with them. One of the things that we try to keep a lot of in our freezer, let me see if I can find. Okay, so frozen cherries. Again, a big bag of these frozen cherries from something like Costco's or Sam's Club or any of those. These will last you a really long time. They're super delicious, easy to snack on. They're already pitted. They go really well in smoothies. We do a lot of smoothies around here, so something like this is a really great investment to have around the house. same thing with strawberries. We've got frozen strawberries. We've got frozen blueberries. Frozen blueberries, I typically recommend, and a lot of people are aware of this, but some might not be. If you get wild blueberries, those will tend to have a lot higher nutrients than just the conventional blueberries. So this is, again, it's a huge bag of frozen blueberries. My family goes through them pretty fast. We eat a lot of blueberries and smoothies, but you can get something like this for $12. Again, lasts you a really long time. Very, very good for your body. Frozen vegetables. So we have a bag here of frozen broccoli. Whether you buy your fruits and vegetables fresh or frozen, both are very good. Even if you get it canned, if you get canned fruits and vegetables, try to make sure you get it in its own juices, not necessarily in like a high sugary syrup or a lot of salt. You want to make sure that the canned stuff is a little bit more natural. So we prefer to do frozen and fresh as much as we can, and occasionally we work with canned fruits and vegetables as well. Here's maybe one of our shortcomings, chicken nuggets. This is not mine, I swear. These are, we try to, again, go as high quality as we can. These are the Purdue ones, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
These are the Purdue ones, yeah. So they tend to have no antibiotics, no hormones. Purdue chicken tends to be a little bit better for you. So we try to rock with that kind of stuff. This is pretty much empty over here. My daughter's skating pond, yeah. Okay, so I have a mixing bowl of ice here and a toy sitting on top of it that my daughter likes to take out so her toys can skate around the ice pond. I think I'll set that aside for a second. Well, let's see, what else? So we've got here, pineapple? Mango, yeah. Frozen mango. Oh, so good. Frozen pineapple, frozen mango. You can take frozen pineapple, mango, spinach, strawberries, mix it all together into a blender. It makes such a good tropical smoothie. What do you think this is?
It's like an ice pack.
Oh, it's an ice pack. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say that doesn't look very appetizing. I don't know what that is. And some garlic bread. I don't know. Garlic bread goes good with spaghetti. We enjoy that. As much as I like Mexican food, I really like Italian food as well. Spaghetti is one of my favorites. Again, I'm not Italian at all, but yeah, pretty delicious. All right, next up, we're gonna start with the pantry. The one thing I like about the place that we're living in right now is it's got a really big pantry, so I definitely like that. Well, let's see what we got here. What's that guy?
Sugar.
Sugar, oh, well. Organic cane sugar. So if you're gonna cook with some sugar, which definitely, if you need something sweet, there are a lot of options. We have organic raw honey and things like that. But if you're gonna cook with sugar, try to make it organic cane sugar. You can also do coconut sugar. Big old bag of flour here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we like to do a lot of baking too. There's nothing really wrong with baking. More fruits, more vegetables, always better for you, but you know, yeah, we're not crazy limiting ourselves on this stuff. These are fun little guys here. So this is dried cherries. Really, really good dessert snack kind of thing. A lot of vitamins, dried fruits. Really, the concentration of sugars in dried fruits goes up a little bit because you don't have a lot of the water to help slow down that digestion, but still a great alternative for a dessert as opposed to cookies and cakes and other things like that. A lot more vitamins and nutrients in something like this, and they're super delicious as well. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, yeah. So these are Crunchmaster multigrain crackers. Now, they don't say organic on them specifically, but if you look at the ingredients list, you'll see a lot of organic rice grains and a lot of organic ingredients that go into them. These are made out of a lot more rice and other seeds as opposed to grains, and they're super delicious. So a lot better for you than like Ritz crackers and other things like that are pretty highly processed wheat. So when you're gonna get some crackers, you wanna look for something more along those lines. And we've also got cocoa powder. So for you chocolate lovers out there, and I know this from experience because I live in a house with 4 girls, chocolate is very, very important. However, buying Hershey's chocolate from the store, which most of the time doesn't even actually have chocolate in it, it's high fructose corn syrup, this is a great way to satisfy those chocolate cravings. A bag of organic cocoa powder, you can mix this into your baking, you can mix it into smoothies. That's my wife's favorite. Having some blueberries and bananas, some cocoa powder, some peanut butter, something to sweeten it like some honey or some dates. Usually a little bit of a green that you can't really taste, like so some baby spinach. You mix all that up and it almost tastes like a chocolate milkshake, but tons and tons of nutrients that way. So definitely recommend that. Guys, strong recommendation for you. Don't tell them they have to give up chocolate. Just switch it out for something better. Now, let's see. Oh, okay. Really popular in our house. Tortilla chips. Again, talked about our craving for Mexican food and salsas and stuff like that. So these are, again, just a big bag of organic tortilla chips, not very expensive, super, super delicious. Going to be a little bit better for you than like a basic Lay's potato chip or other things like that. Like this will help with salty food cravings and can be a little better for you. Let's see. Bagels. Okay, so we do a lot of bagels. Again, you saw the 5 bricks of cream cheese that we have. So the bagels are pretty good because you know, we get the everything bagels, got a little bit more to them that way. We try to get organic as much as we can, but you know, the content of the bread that we try to pick up, it may not say organic on the bag, again, just like the crackers that we're looking at, but the breads that we get, we try to look for stuff that doesn't have a lot of additives, there's no bleached flour and things like that, and no extra preservatives. Those are some of the basic things that you can look for. Some extra chips down there. Let's see what we got in this one. Well, this is where we get into some of our medicinal stuff. So my wife has done a lot of research on supplements, and so we've got a pretty good amount of them in here. I don't even know what half of these are. So she's very good with, she helps us with all of these. But we've got things like cat's claw, we've got zinc and vitamin C, we've got, what's this one? What do you think that is?
Nettle.
Nettle? Oh yeah, okay. So this nettle is very, very good for if you ever have an allergic reaction. So that's an antihistamine. There is extra vitamin C in here. There's melatonin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you say that? Melatonin, which is going to help with sleep if you have a difficult time regulating sleep patterns. Lemon balm. There's a few different supplements in here. Coffee. We have a coffee grinder, so we get organic coffee beans that we grind ourselves. I say we, but I'm referring to the females in my house. I'm not much of a coffee drinker. Lots of tea. So tea has a lot of medicinal properties. There's a lot of really good teas that we have in here. What's that one?
Seasonal sampler.
Seasonal sampler. Huh. I don't even know where that one came from. Hopefully this reminds you of your own kitchen. Like, where did we get this from? That happens a lot here. Honey, really, really, really good for you. The honey is so useful in so many ways. Actually, not only for eating, but like honey can be used for antimicrobial, like putting it on infections and things like that. We had a daughter who started getting an infection in her eye. We used honey and water to rinse out her eye, and that actually helped take care of the infections. Very, very useful. Potatoes. Here's where we start to get to some of my Irish roots. I love potatoes. We usually just get like the russet red potatoes. A lot of the nutrients is going to be in the skin, so we try to find something that you don't have to peel it. So we just usually eat the skin. We just chop it up and mash it, or whatever it is that we're going to do with the potatoes. And onions. Oh, here's a snack we just picked up recently. Peanut butter pretzels. I can't say how healthy these are, to be honest with you. These are an easy go-to snack. A little bit of protein in them, a little bit of salt. So not the worst thing that you could grab, but definitely something that is not the best thing that our family tends to pick up sometimes. And more potatoes. Okay, so we got a lot of potatoes in there. Our last pantry cupboard, let's see what we got in here. Organic maple syrup. Okay, so this is the stuff that you really want to get. Can be used as a sweetener in like smoothies and things like that. But again, nothing against Aunt Jemima, but her syrup tends to have a lot of high fructose corn syrup in it, and other, not just her brand, I'm not just picking on that one, but that's the one that comes to mind. A lot of the generic conventional brands of syrup, they don't really have actual syrup in them. So grabbing one of these, you can order those online. You can get them from most bulk food stores. Got some more peanut butter here. We eat a lot of peanut butter. Another jar of peanut butter. All right, so there are 3 unopened jars of peanut butter in here, and you know, when you've got as many kids as I do, you got to keep a lot of peanut butter around. Another confession about the peanut butter. I keep blaming my kids for this, but let's be real, it's me. I hate the peanut butter, all of it, almost always. So let's see what else we got in here. Salsa. Okay, getting back to the Mexican foods. I don't think this is organic salsa or anything.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is? Look at that. We're better than I thought. So organic salsa, very, very tasty, great snack. Again, if you got a little bit of a salty craving, that's a really good thing to grab. Just some tortilla chips. What is this guy? It's a little jar of something.
Chicken flavor bouillon.
Huh. Again, don't even know where that came from. Coconut oil. Oh, here's a really good one. Okay. If you don't have a container of organic coconut oil in your house, you need to get one. Okay, because not only is it really good for cooking with, there are so many uses for coconut oil. You can use it for moisturizing your skin. You can use it for cleaning your teeth. A lot of countries will do what's called oil pulling. So if you swish oil, coconut oil especially, around in your mouth, that'll help pull toxins out of your gums. So very, very good idea to have this around for nutrients and for multi-purpose. You can even use it for like lubricating hinges on doors and things like that. It really goes a long way. There's a lot of great stuff you can do with that. Let's see, canned goods. So now we're getting down into the canned foods. Again, we do canned foods, fruits, vegetables, beans, keep really, really well. We like to make chili. So we have a lot of that, tomato-based stuff. Trying to find cans that are BPA free. So if you can get glass jars, that's going to be a little bit better for you. But again, you do the best you can. You try to keep it as clean as possible, but you won't be able to get that stuff every time necessarily. And that is about it. There's a lot of little kind of odds and ends in here. There's a big container of rice. Again, long grain white rice or brown rice. Like, this stuff goes a really long way, feeds the family really well. It's super easy to make and very versatile. The dog loves it. The kids love it, depending on how you make it up. Lots of organic pastas in here. And then over here on the table, we've got several fruits easily reached. Bunches of bananas. We've got a watermelon that we need to cut up. Some organic apples here. So like this stuff, these are the types of snacks that you guys should be reaching for as much as possible, right? So one of the things that you'll notice about the foods that we have in the house, there's not a lot of processed stuff, right? We had the peanut butter pretzels, some of the crackers, some of the chips, but you're not gonna see a lot of that. You're not gonna find a lot of cookies. You're not gonna find a lot of Hostess cupcakes. You're not gonna find a lot of granola bars and things like that. You're gonna find a lot of this kind of stuff, fruits, vegetables, stuff that can be snacked on, that's gonna have a lot more nutrients. If you don't buy it, if you don't have it in the house, then you don't have to exercise willpower in not eating it. So that's been our philosophy. We try to just buy the things that we know are good for us and try to stick with those things as much as possible. And then add in a few things here and there, you know, the cocoa powder, for example, the dates and other things like that to satisfy a sweet tooth. So that is that is the raid of our kitchen. We did pretty well. I was a little surprised. We did a little better than I thought we would. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I would love to answer any questions that you have. Be sure to comment below with any thoughts or things that came to mind. I'm very much interested in knowing your thoughts on nutrition, some of the things that I brought up. Go ahead and pin some articles in there if you think there's more information that people should know. But I'm happy to dialogue with you guys. Comment, share, like this video. And as always from Revision Training, let's change the way we look at it. You guys make it a strong day.